What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? What's going on? So I just wanted to hop on here and do a fresh charting of everything. I'm basically out of all my trades except for Ethereum USD. I'm still in the sell for that. And just like, it's kind of a risky sell at this point, but I'm just trying to get out. But I'm gonna re-look at the charts. I've cleared my charts on everything except for arbitrage, but I'll do that when I get there. So let's see if these markets are about to like reverse on us, right? So first and foremost, DXY, first and foremost, there's a big gap right here. There's a big gap right there that price has just decided to start pushing up and never close. So I'm kind of questioning what's about to happen right here, because as you guys can see, right here is a very solid demand level right here, right? So when I'm seeing this right here, I'm saying, okay, is price really gonna hold again and then drop to the downside, or is it gonna push to is it gonna keep pushing to the upside? But when I'm seeing this gap right here, and you'll see it when I go to the lower time frames, I'm not trying to really look to buy it, you know? So, and also we have to see that this is in a downtrend. This has been in a downtrend for so long, like even if we're just going from this wick to this wick right here, like price is in a downtrend. It's just been in a downtrend for so long. If you go from here to here, price has just been dropping for so long. And then if we really go back and look at the weekly time frame, not even a weekly, let's just come over here. You can see that this was used as a resistance as well as a support. So right now we have to really come and see if price is gonna really hold, you know? So let me put this down here. All right, so right now DXY currently on the daily time frame, it's looking like, if you put it like at this part of it, then yeah, it looks pretty bullish. But if you zoom out, then it looks very bearish. And then so going to the 4-hour time frame, now we can see that price did do like a cool, it was dropping very vigorously. Like all I could really think that this is going to continue on to the downside, realistically speaking, to me. Like price came back up to this high where price may very well hold. I think this might have been just a retracement to the upside. As you can see, the 61.8 fib, that's what ended up getting hit. But I would rather price come a little higher, but we might not even get that. But if I'm looking to get into a swing right now, that's what I'm kind of looking at it from this point of view, rather than trying to buy it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, this thing is really bearish. It's just been in this zone for a couple of days since like December. It's been between this this demand zone and this supply zone. So right now, like I said, I'm just looking to see if price is gonna hold right here. But I would definitely want price to come up to 91.177 before it does anything like that, you know? So now if I go over to arbitrage and then I go on to the daily time frame on RB, yes, it did call for a buy and it is holding right here, you know? But again, I'm not really certain as how far this is going to go because of where it's at. The weekly time frame long term was definitely not calling for any type of buy. So I'm just really cautious on it at this point. I'm taking my profits because even on this 4-hour, price has already started to come to a place where it's starting to kind of slow down, which is like I said, 61.8, and then I expect price to come to the 71%. I'm satisfied with my profits from those trades that I've been in, and so I'm okay with getting out of them. And if price continues going higher, then it is what it is. But yeah, so that's just with the DXY. Like I said, I'm chilling on it right now, but I think that we definitely can see it start to turn around, right? So that's number one for DXY. This is what I'm really looking for, to see what happens. I don't think it's gonna go bullish. Let me look at the daily candle itself, or no, let me show you guys where the gap is at. I forgot to show that. Oh, it actually got closed up. Okay, never mind then. The gap got closed up. Never mind. I forgot that it did get closed up. So, all right, well, no gap. I take that back. It just looked like that there was a gap, but it closed it, so it's all right. I take that back. But anyways, so let's go ahead and go on to EURUSD. Take all those off. All right. EURUSD is going to the daily. We have price has, no, that's not what I wanted. prices came back to this area right here as well, just like the opposite of the DXY, you know, that is came back into this. This is more of a support than a demand zone in my opinion, because I feel like that this is the demand zone right here. I feel like that's more of a demand than where price is at, so I would rather consider this like a small supply zone, you feel me? But anyways, I mean supply demand zone. But anyways, so we see that prices pushed up after it tanked like this, and then it came now, it's coming to retrace this. What I'm really looking at right now is to see, okay, is price going to come down to this 71%? That's even why I want to take this off and leave this on. I want price to come to the 71%, and I want to see if I'm going to be looking for buys. Because like I said, the DXY is bearish. EURUSD on the weekly time frame is really bullish, and it did break and retested this, and so like that's why I'm just like, what's gonna happen, you know? I don't really necessarily want to say that it's gonna drop when it's obviously in a uptrend on a higher time frame, you know? So I'm looking for buys here, to be quite honest with you, because even with the loss that we took on EU when price was like, where was price, like around over here, even the loss that we took from that, I was like, this is an uptrend, why am I trying to sell this? So let's see what really goes down with EU. I want to see it really come down to 1.20156, and then once it does that, then I'll be like, okay, now I'm going to be looking to really buy it, you know? So I'm going to add alert, 71% fib for a buy entry. So I really want to see how that plays out regardless, and then I do, like I said, I consider this more of my demand zone than wherever this buy is at, so I'm just looking to see what price does over here. If I can get that alert, then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to look for a buy. Go on to arbitrage. I already know that the daily time frame is calling for a sell, and it has been calling for a sell, but again, the price action is not matching up with what I'm seeing on RB, in my opinion, you know. But this could definitely still come drop down, because if you, I mean, let's look at it from a different point of view, right? Let's actually go back over here real quick. If we look at it from a daily point of view, and you want to take it from this fib, price still has all down here to come to, so that can be definitely a possibility, but that's a longer term type of trade that we'll look for in the future. But as of right now, I'm trying to look at what price is currently doing, you know? So, oh, my bad, forgot, I need to go on over to arbitrage. We could definitely still see price come back down to these lows at 1.19551. That's why I'm trying to see what price is going to do if it comes lower. That's why I'm going to be patient with this and see what's going to be happening, you know? Don't want to rush in, don't want to, because even the level pro is still over the ground zero, and then arbitrage Z is barely passing under. So that's still showing some type of bullish intent, you know? This came down all the way. This is more of the reason why I got out of my EURUSD sell, is because I'm like, okay, the 4 hour, it's already came and touched the 4 hour deviation. That's what I'm basically looking for. So let's see how this plays out, though. I want to see how EURUSD plays out, but I'm definitely looking for buys in this area. So let's go on over to GPUSD. All right, GU. Break, retest. It looks like a break, retest, continuation to the upside to me, personally speaking. Weekly time frame, that candle still has 2 days, basically 3 days to close. So not even going to worry about it that much. The daily looks very bearish, but the daily is not over either. And same thing, guys. I'm kind of looking at this like, and once all the USD pairs, they're like lining up like this, then it's just for me telling me that, okay, yes, this probably possibly is going to drop. Because look, from this takeoff point right here, look where price is at. It hit the 61.8. It hasn't quite hit the 71%, but I'm looking for buys here. I'm really looking for buys on GPUSD, although it is and again, this is extremely bullish. Like, we can't ignore that this has just been really bullish and say that, oh, let's try to buy the top, because every time we've done that, we've gone wrecked. Every time, not every time we've done it, like, we've probably were getting it in between all those, but still, like, the trend is your friend. So when I'm looking at it this way, I'm just trying to keep it simple and short. Yeah, simple and short. Put this trend line right here too, at a confluence. Now when I say at a confluence, if price is really gonna hold under this, then yeah, it could possibly drop, but I'm not really looking for this trend line, honestly. It's just, like I said, price has just been really bullish. I really want my entry at 71% to come through, because then that's when I'd probably most likely try to get in, which I kind of missed, you know? And this is the reason why I'm like, okay, I need to reassess the market, because the market moved a lot, and I kind of need to take a look at it in a deeper level for me to understand what's going on. Let me get this real quick. That's love. So I'm gonna put this right here, and then write down. Maybe I can get something with EG, because EG, I'm looking for. I need to see with EG. I need to, like, really look at EG first and foremost, before I really make a decision of if I'm gonna buy this or not. So once the bar close create, okay, it's going over to arbitrage. Took profits off that. Okay, 4 hour time frame, it might be starting to call for a sell, which is why I said I need to look at EG, because I'm thinking of I want to buy EURGBP. So if I'm buying EURGBP, there's no way I could sell GU. So I mean, there's no way that I could buy GU if I'm buying EURGBP. So this is what I'm really looking for: a break, retest, continuation. If I'm gonna really continue to sell GU, which it kind of already did, but I would still need price to come back up a little higher for me to get an entry, type of thing. And then look, the daily time frame is very bullish, and I know the weekly time frame is extremely bullish. So it's like just waiting to see what really goes down, you know. The 15-minute might be already starting to turn around. Yeah, it's not going to be ready probably until later tonight, but yeah, this already looks like it might be starting to fall. I mean, it might be ready to get set up for a buy or something like that, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm really more interested in price coming down over here anyways to 1.38257 to see what's going to happen after that. So that's with GU. Watching those. AUDUSD. Again, I'm not trying to sell against this. Last time I tried it, I got wrecked. So let's obviously put down this supply zone right here. Go onto the weekly time frame, identify where it's at. Places where price is using it as a previous demand zone. But if price holds here, then we can get a drop on AUDUSD. But it's just been extremely way too bullish for me to say that, okay, I want to try to sell this. No, I can't. It's just been really bullish. So what I really want to see happen here is, well, first and foremost, on the 4 hour time frame, we can see that there's a little support right here, right? There's a little support right here that price is holding at. I'm actually gonna lower this. And of course, the asking price line won't let me get it. That's funny. Anyways, there you go. So what I'm trying to see right here is I want to really see what price is going to do. If price is going to end up holding here, then come back to the upside, which I really think is what's actually going to happen. I don't think that price is going to drop any lower, because again, AUDUSD has just been really bullish, and even from, look at this, from this push to the upside, it's just No, I don't see it happening quite yet. Until it breaks this low, even I want to put this even lower, to be quite honest with you. Until it breaks through this, then I can't say that it's gonna like go any lower. I think it's possibly just gonna keep going, pushing to the upside. So I gotta wait and see what's gonna really happen with AUDUSD before I even try to. But overall, I'm just really bullish on it. So again, when I'm seeing all these USD pairs lining up like this, and I'm thinking, and I'm just saying, yo, trend is your friend, and you've been trying to sell this for so long, but it's not been doing that. Like, you gotta really switch it up. So AUDUSD, I'm really looking for this push to the upside, honestly. So that makes GBPAUD go on to the that's interesting. Go on to the weekly time frame real quick. Extremely bearish, been consolidating basically for the past couple of months. But regardless, go on to the daily time frame. Not really a lot of movement on the daily time frame either. I'm kind of bearish on GA, realistically speaking. Because okay, so let's just say I hate right here, honestly. So from this bearish push, remember how I was looking for sales right here? How many weeks? Like a week or two ago? Yeah, I'm still looking for it to be a bearish push down. Like, I'm still really waiting on it to still hold. Because with GPUSD, GBPJPY, all of them still going bullish like how they are, and then this is still acting like oh, well, I'm still respecting this. I'm not really seeing that this is gonna go bullish, because especially with the influence of the Australian dollar. So with that being said, it's kind of like, okay, if this would have been my entry, honestly, if I were to get in for a long-term sell. But even from right here, I'm really just looking at GA going to the downside, realistically speaking. And even if you draw a trend line from up here, down here, you can see that it's like, it looks like a break and retest. You can really see that. But then if you readjust it, then you have it with these. No, never mind. It doesn't work. I don't like that at all. I'd rather have it from up there, realistically. But still, I just personally think that it kind of has to make a decision at this point, you know? So it really has to make a decision at this point if it's going to go bullish or bearish. And personally speaking, I think it's going to sell. This is a bullish pattern though, so hey, who knows? Maybe it's going to be a continuation to the upside. You can also draw this trend line. Get out of here. And see what that's lining up to. And you see what I mean? If you use too much trend lines, it's just gonna like give you a whole different types of view, because you could look at this way that, oh, price broke, it's retested, it came up all the way to the side, it's gonna possibly drop. I think it's gonna drop, personally speaking. So regardless, that's just how I'm looking at it at this point. But it's gonna make a decision right here. So let's see what that decision is gonna be. But I think it's gonna be downside push. So probably something like this might happen, or I don't know. So that's with GA. Let's go on over to arbitrage, see what are we talking about. So arbitrage, it's calling for buys, which is cool and everything. Like, it did call for a buy, and you don't want to go up against arbitrage sometimes, because look, when it called for this sell, boom, just tanked hard. So, but weekly time frame, it's not there yet. It's holding at this upper danger zone. This is lower danger zone. This is a strong resistance because it's on the weekly, so I'm really afraid. I'm really not feeling the buys on it. I'm more feeling the sells for that weekly, especially. 4-hour time frame, it looks like it's already came and hit its take profit up here, which is that's if I were to take this buy right here, break, retest, then buy, yeah. And 1-hour time frame, would you look at that? It's already calling for a sell. So yeah, there you have it. I'm personally looking for AUD to sell. I mean GA to sell personally. So there's with GA. Just waiting to see how that goes. EURUSD is already selling, like it's already doing this thing. Again, it's been selling. Then you try to keep buying it, you have to realize that this thing is just gonna keep dropping. It's making lower lows. It's kind of already too late for me to try to get into anything on EA. But I can show you where you could have possibly got in. Let's see. 1 hour time frame, boom, right here. So from this impulsive candle, nah, I don't like it. Never mind. I would have even gone into this, to be honest, because I would have tried to fib this. If I were to try to get into this sell, I would have tried to fib this. Price had to come all the way up here and then drop. I would have gone in regardless. So, but anyways, I'm not really gonna look at EA because it's just really bearish. And let's just look at arbitrage and see what arbitrage has been saying. So try to give us a buy. We took it, got some pips off of it, but then it called for a sell. That's why you move your stop loss to break even, right? 4 hour, very bearish. Daily time frame, it's called for a sell all the way up here. Weekly, I remember this break and retest. I remember how, oh dang, this is crazy. But yeah, so that's what EA is. It's been extremely bearish. I'm not even gonna look at it too crazy. I think it's just gonna keep falling. EURGBP. All right, over here, I'm really trying to figure out if I want to. Oh man, I remember. Okay, never mind. I'm really trying to decide if I'm going to really try to buy it here or not. Remember, I've been talking about, or on the weekly time frame, on the weekly analysis that I did, I was saying that price is gonna have to make a decision right here. And so this is a major demand zone on EG, right? Now, if I'm going to if I'm going to buy, wait, this is even closer. Yeah. If I'm going to buy EG, then that means I'm selling GU and the GP pairs, which I kind of want to do. I really do want to sell them. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, I really want to sell them. So I personally want to see what's gonna happen right here. It's in the middle of the 61 and the 70 and the 71% fib, but I'm still bearish on it. It needs to break this structure and for me to be truly bearish. Until then, I kind of have to be like it's bullish, but it's not, because look at the past couple of days. Even if you look on the weekly, you can see that it's clearly like not just bearish, but it has to break the structure. So you're gonna have to wait for the GBP pairs, honestly, to see what's gonna happen with this. But if this falls, then GBP pairs are gonna fly. So that's just that. Weekly time frame. I remember how many weeks ago that I saw that. I'm like, dang, this is really gonna drop, and it's staying true to its word, apparently. So, but daily time frame, EG completely bearish. 4 hour, everything's bearish on it, I'm pretty sure. 4 hour time frame, bearish right there. Yep. 1 hour, bearish. 15-minute. So you just gotta wait and see what happens with EG, but everything's pointing out for it to drop. But it could possibly literally just chill right here. But it's just making lower lows, so what can you really say except for it to keep dropping? It's at this, like I said, it's at this major demand zone, so it has to see what it's gonna do right here. Give me a second. Yeah, it's fine. Alright, so that's EG. EURNZD. Okay. EURNZD throwing a lot of wicks everywhere over here. I don't know what it really wants to do, but again, if you're following the trend is definitely bearish, but it is holding at this demand zone. So price can literally hold right here and chill and go bullish. And that's kind of basically what I had mentioned down over here when price made the bullish run. I said I wanted price to come to the 71% fib. It came to the 61 and then ended up popping. But again, I don't really know what EURNZD is about to do because it's just been consolidating right here. If you're looking at it from this point of view, from that fib, that high to this low, then price still really needs to climb up and grab some liquidity up here. So I'm more bullish than bearish on EURNZD, but overall it's in a downtrend. It's in a crazy downtrend. But that's what the banks want you to think. The banks want you to think, okay, EURNZD is gonna fall, but it's really not. So if, again, this is kind of the same thing with EG. EG is extremely bearish. EN is extremely bearish. EA is extremely bearish. We need more confirmations, more signs to tell us that, okay, maybe it's gonna start turning around. As of now, if we're trying to catch any type of buys, we're literally trying to catch it from a bottom, which isn't always bad, but it isn't always good either, you know? So you look at weekly time frame. It's been called for a sell right here, dropped heavy. Daily time frame called for a sell, been dropping. 4 hours is starting to call for a sell right now as we speak, and as it is, it's starting to drop. So it's kind of like we need more confirmations to say if this is gonna buy rather than, oh, it's at a bottom. Like I drew this trend line out. I'm gonna really see which one of these is gonna play out. If it's gonna play out to the upside or if it's gonna play out to the downside. So that's for EN. Honestly, just not feeling it. GBPJPY, again, this is another pair that's been extremely bullish, and for us to just walk in and be like, oh, I'm gonna sell it, it's not smart. That's probably what a lot of regular, like, brand new traders might be thinking, which you're not wrong. This might be a level where price can very much hold. I'm actually hoping that it holds here, because if it holds here, then that means that if EG pops, then GPJPY is gonna drop. It's gonna drop hard, you know. So it's holding at this weekly zone, because this is a weekly zone. And so again, I'm kind of looking at this to drop, but at the same time, it's in an uptrend. We can't say that this is in a downtrend. If we say that's in a downtrend, then we're just being naive and saying, just like making up what we want to see rather than what is actually going on. So price can definitely hold. Well, this is a 4-hour time frame. Yeah, price can definitely hold right here and go bullish, but I'm not gonna try to necessarily like sell it, unless, like, the only way I can sell this realistically is if price does this, something like that, you know. If price drops, it retraces, does a 61.8 retracement, and then for a drop. But if it's holding at this small support, then I'm not really going to try to like sell it. All I can see is buys on this, because again, it's been very bullish, and yes, it is at this weekly supply zone, but still, that doesn't mean anything. It could just like be like, okay, well, it's time for me to take off to the upside. So really gonna wait and be patient and see what GBPJPY wants to do. I mean, for all I know, it could really honestly do this. Come down to the 71%, which I don't really care for. I actually wanted to come to the 78.6 at this point before I get into a buy, who are pushing to the upside. But as of right now, all I can see is a bull flag. So this might be a good opportunity to get into a buy for a continuation to the upside, if that's what GJ is going to do. No, set your buy. I don't really care for how it looks, but that's just the best illustration I can give at this point. So let's see how this plays out though, for reals, because I think this is gonna buy. Let's go on to arbitrage. So So I finally got my break, retest, and continuation to the downside on GJ, but I didn't. Again, I don't really care for the sell. Like the small time frames are calling for buys. I mean for sells, but everything else is calling for buy. 4 hour called for a buy all the way down at 142.100, basically. Daily time frame called for a buy all the way up here. Yeah, I'm not really crazy over the buys on GJ. So first of all, all right, let's see. All right, so that's for GJ. Let's go on over to USDCHF. USDCHF looks exactly the same to me as with the DXY, honestly speaking. All I could really see it doing possibly. Go into the weekly real quick. We see this zone right here. Price has been extremely bullish. Go back to the daily. Price grabbed the liquidity, gave us railroad tracks. Come on, yeah, this is gonna drop probably. This is probably gonna keep dropping. This all looks like to me is gonna fall right now. And yes, I see this daily bullish candle, but I am not bullish on it personally. I'm more bearish on it than anything. If I can get price to come up to 0.89953, I'm trying to sell, like really hardcore. No, if it goes bullish, then hey, I am okay being wrong, but I am personally looking for sells on this. I really see the sells hardcore right here. Take it back to these lows, to the extensions. I see that possibly happening so hard. And even look at this. Let's just take a look at this. Because you have to take 1, 2, 3 right there, boom. So let's see how this plays out, guys, because this looks like a sell to me. Personally, that's why I'm like, I gotta look at these charts again, because this could literally hold right here and then like fall. So let's see what was really good, you know. 4 hour time frame, we ate off of this move. I'm happy about that, but again, this looks like to me that it might fall. Let me actually look at where the point of control is at. I haven't used point of control the whole session, but I mean the whole, yeah, look at that, yeah. Now there's hella volume up here, but I'm not looking at that personally. So I want to see what happens, but this looks like a sell to me. That's all it really looks like at this point. So we'll see what happens. USDCHF, I'm keeping my eye on that. Tacos already fell. Oh my goodness. It's crazy. Weekly time frame. Well, again, we cannot say that the tacos is bullish when it's very much bearish. Right? So there's number 1. Look at this. Price dropped, retracing slowly. This looks like it's going to continue falling. This would have been my entry right here, 20.3100. That would have been my entry for the sell. Would have been a nice profits already. But hey, it is what it is. Because possibly I could still see price even still. Never mind. This would have been my entry because this would have been what I wanted to see better. So hey, it is what it is though. If it comes back up there, I'll be watching for it. But I personally don't think that this is gonna. Wait, hold on. If price can come back up here, fill up that wick, then for sure I might try it, but I don't think it is. But this just looks like it's gonna keep falling to me, personally speaking. So that's for tacos. Let's see how it plays out. Gold, first and foremost, let me go over to arbitrage. I'm still holding this weekly sell. I'm still gonna hold this because I'm just holding it for educational purposes. But yeah, let's see what happens with this gold right here. But first and foremost, let's go over to the technical analysis point of view. Guys, if price really holds here, I don't think this is gonna drop. Like, I really cannot in good conscience say that that, wait, this is definitely not what I wanted to draw. This just looks like Bitcoin to me personally. What Bitcoin looked like to me before it popped to 50K. So I'm actually looking for buys on gold, realistically speaking. Like, down here would have been an awesome buy. Like, risky buy down over here would have been super solid. We could still possibly get a downward push because, like I said, arbitrage, that weekly time frame, you want to be careful against it. Oh, hold up. Gotta get something real quick. So, yeah, with this move, I'm really looking, if I would have been able to get in, even right here isn't a bad entry. Personally speaking, I might actually get into this. And I'm okay with taking a loss. I'm risking 263 pips, but this can be a very good long-term move overall. We can't, like, again, we can't say that this is going to be bearish until it breaks through this structure. And if it does break through that structure, I'll take that L. It's all about risk management, you know? So, again, gold looks like it's going to go bullish to me from right here. From this right here. But as I mentioned, like just yesterday, on the weekly, we have to really watch what these candles are doing. Even with this weekly close right here, we have to watch what it's going to do. But gold, we can't say that it's bullish. So, gotta wait. Gotta be patient. Only time will tell. If it drops and it takes me out of this trade, then that's when I'll be like, okay, maybe that this is really bullish. But until then, 1779, I mean, again, weekly time frame, even if we just go on the weekly, let's just go to the past. Look, this is a major demand zone, like huge. And again, I have my boys, they have their confirmation telling them that it's still gonna buy. So I'm kind of like, yeah, I see it. So I'm gonna probably enter another buy, and I'm probably gonna risk 1% on this, honestly, and let it ride like crazy. Just let it ride out. So that's with gold right there. I still have arbitrage, and I'm still looking at it. I know everything on here is bearish, and I'm definitely terrified at this because that is definitely a possibility. But I'm more looking towards the buys, technical analysis wise, than with this. Even with the weekly, like we still have the level pro, and also, well, where are you, arbitrage Z? Well, I'm pretty sure if this is this high, then probably arbitrage Z is like right in the middle of it. So, let me see. It doesn't even want to pop up. Anyways, so let's see what happens. But again, those magenta candles, man, they be scaring me. They be scaring me. So let's see what happens with this. Again, I'm probably going to risk only 1%, maybe even 1.5 to be a little bit more risky. But I definitely like this buy opportunity right here to be like just being a risky buy, trying to catch a bottom type of move, type of thing. But I'm risking 1%, and I'm going to see how that plays out. So that's for gold. S&P, Dow Jones, etc., etc. Guys, I think this is still going to pop. I think that it just wanted to really come down and grab this wanted to hit the support before popping, because look what it's doing with this 4-hour candle. I think this is personally going to keep going to the upside. Remember, like, I can't really talk much about S&P. Like, there's also this resistance that it's at. Yeah, sure, if it holds, then sure, you could take it back, you could take it to the downside. But personally speaking, even if I were to try to sell, what I would need for price to do at this point, if I was looking for a sell, is come up to 3945.6, then drop. And I'm not looking for sales personally. I want to buy these. I want to buy the US indices, because again, they always do this. They always make a hard move to the downside, and then they turn around in the middle of the week. So I'm looking for buys on SPX 500, US 30. Look at stop hunt. This is going to the upside personally. I personally think this is going to the upside. Like, this would have been probably better to trade for me rather than US NAS 100, because look, came right into my area. I would have been in nice profits, easy. So that's that. With US 30, definitely looking for that to go make higher highs. NAS 100, I got back into this. I'm like, nah, you're giving me back my money. Came back to this zone, I'm in this trade. I'm probably gonna move my I am probably gonna move my stop loss to break even shortly. Nah, I'm gonna let this ride because again, I think this is gonna push to the upside. And if I would have, that was my fault. This is my fault. If I would have put the fib right there and put it all the way up here, I wouldn't have gone stopped out. But hey, it is what it is. I got a little too excited about it because I was like, this is gonna buy, and I still think it's gonna buy. So let's see how NAS 100 plays out. And yeah, guys, so I just wanted to go over the US indices and the regular forex pairs, cryptos. I'll give y'all a little update later on. Actually, never mind. Let me just do it right now. So Bitcoin, as you can see, 51,000. I still think it's gonna hit 53,000 before making a push to the downside. But as of right now, Bitcoin to the moon, baby. But I do want 53,000 to get hit, and then I'll start looking for a retest, like there. 52, 53,000. I'll just say like 53,000 right there. If price can climb up to here, that's what I'm going to start looking for a correction back down to 42,000 before Bitcoin tries to make another higher high or something along those lines, you know. So I'm watching for that on Bitcoin personally. Ripple, I kind of think this might end up dropping. Like, it's showing signs that it really wants to drop. So from this high to this low, price came to the 71% and dropped, and that's pretty decent. That's like, I probably might be, well, not at break even, but I would still be in this trade in like decent profits and stuff like that. But then if I go on to the lower time frames, that's what this move was. If I remember, no, not this move, this one right here. That's what this was. Price came to 71%, dropped, it came back to these lows. It kind of wigged, push to the upside, but I'm looking more for another, like, more push to the downside on Ripple. So I want to see what happens if price comes down back to 43 cents, if it does, or if it's going to hold at 54 cents and continue going bullish. Litecoin stalked me out of my trade, came back to these highs, but then now it's looking like, yeah, it still looks like it wants to make another high, but I'm just gonna wait and see what happens with Litecoin. Not gonna really touch it. And Ethereum is still holding right here, so it hasn't made a decision if it's gonna boost to 2,000 or not. But I think that if it does indeed pass through 1873, that's gonna go to 2,000. So I'm just gonna give a light analysis on that. I'll talk more about it later on. But so that's just what I wanted to get on here and like just look at the markets, reanalyze it, man, because I was bearish on the DXY for so long, and the DXY is just not showing signs that it wants to go bullish. I was so bullish on it for so long, sorry. So I have to really switch it to being a bear, like bearish right now, because as we can see, even right now, it's starting to drop. It might be like reversal time. It might be time for it to make its reversal and start pushing to the downside. So let's see how that plays out. Thank you guys for checking my analysis out, and let's make some money, you know? Let's switch up them biases and make some money. Later, y'all.